People needed more preparation.
5 is 2 better.
No, there can't be enough preparation. There can't be enough preparation in the world.
There's Substack.
Okay, so Substacks. There. All right, cool. Gosh, excuse me. Yeah, don't do that. Okay. My new notes taking app is actually kind of cool, little cool. All right. So anyway, hi, welcome to the Deep Exhale, where we talk about survival and trauma, and everything else. So I'm just going to open with it, right? So is there anybody here that has never read the Divine Comedy? Alighieri's Inferno, Purgatorio, Paradiso. Okay, well, so Alighieri opened the Divine Comedy lost. Halfway really through the first journey of his life and unable to find a straight way forward, although saying that seems kind of funny. Dante trying to find a straight path somewhere. Doesn't seem like, anyway.
I used to try to find a straight path. It wasn't for me.
No, I didn't. I clearly I could not either in having the same capacity. And so we forget this. The path up requires going down first. And so in Virgil's case, who was a pagan poet and an eternal guide, gave him the line that every queer person, every progressive person, every trans person, whoever faced erasure and refused to be erased, stating, if I can't bend heaven, I will raise hell. So here we are Monday morning, and midway through my own journey into the dark wood, I began writing this morning. So tenderness. We have to consciously study how to be kind and tender to each other and with each other until it becomes a habit. And there's a reason for this. That kindness and that tenderness is a weapon. You carry this into your day by texting your queer friend just to say, you're real and I see you and you're valid. Into the grocery store by not assuming anyone's gender or story or making any preconceived assumptions about anybody. Into the argument with a parent by remembering she's terrified of a world changing faster than she can process. And meeting that fear with patience doesn't mean that you accept harm. It means that kindness, that tenderness is not weakness. It's the muscle memory of choosing connection when disconnection feels safer. Because, I think we all agree that disconnection at points does actually feel safer, even if it's not. And so what we have to do is we have to practice that until cruelty feels foreign to us in our bones. So the question about kindness begs, who in my life now needs my kindness most, and why does giving it to them scare me? And so my answer to this question is my child's mother, my ex, mainly because there are such strong emotions that exist between she and I that we haven't really ever probably truly resolved. Um, you know, me being a queer person, then transitioning to a trans person, and then the difficulty reconciling him. And I make no mistakes about the fact that I recognize that he was a monstrous individual and he was a bad person and he did bad things. If you read the biography that Sarah should not post into any chat, if she does, I'm going to be mad at her. The very first chapters of that book will tell you that yes, I I was not a good person and I did bad things. I regret that and I try to atone for that. Um, and I should own my younger self, um, the one who didn't know, who made choices that I cringe at. Um, the Hi Lily, thank you for joining. Um, Tenderness is terrifying because shame feels more familiar than forgiveness. This goes back to the thing from last night. Exhaustion is the thing that teaches us. Pain, suffering, and exhaustion is the thing that teaches us uh, virtue. That's bullshit. It isn't. Um, and so that's my answer to the question, who needs tenderness from me the most right now? And that would be my child's ex, while I continue to try to reconcile what that relationship has turned into, um, and then compartmentalize it. So we're gonna go with Miranda first. So, who in your life needs tenderness now most, and why does giving it to them scare you?
Um, my wife would tell you that it's me. Um, because I tend to do a good job at being tender with other people, but not with myself, not forgiving myself for my mistakes. Um, and I mean, like you, Wendy, I did a lot of things pre-transition that I'm not proud of. Um, some of them were awful. Um, but it's like I've been trying to look back at um, who I was before and some of the choices I made and some of the ways I behaved, and really like deconstruct, um, what was I made these bad decisions because I was trying to um, fulfill an expectation of masculinity that wasn't natural to me, and the examples of masculinity I had in my life were um, very patriarchal and um, saw dominance and violence as um, male virtue. um, and, so like which things were I was acting for someone else and which things I did because of, uh, other reasons, like, like organic decision um, to be mean or whatever it was. Um, so I'm trying to learn to be tender with myself, but it's definitely a process that is long and very difficult.
I hate to tell you this, Miranda, but um, forgiving yourself, because I have the same problem, means releasing the punishment you think you deserve. And it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hurts. That's a bitch. Ooh, that was a good one. Um, Brandon.
So there's this guy I met online, and we exchanged numbers, and we've been talking back and forth. He is not my ideal physical match. And he knows this, like, from early on in our conversations.
Right.
But I thought I don't know, I feel like I need to try to not be as focused on there's a word for it that I should try not to be maybe so shallow or
not so focused on aesthetics, perhaps.
Yeah, there's another word out there somewhere, but that'll work.
So is it more like he's not like good looking in a sense, or is it like he's a different type than what you're usually attracted to?
He's told me that he's gained some weight from in the last few years because of like kind of mental health. He didn't care about his health for a while, and I can understand that, not about the gaining weight kind of thing, but mental health issues. I'm kind of assuming it's something like depression, probably, but so I can relate to him, and I don't want to just discard him because of that. I feel like that would be kind of callous. And
I have a question about that. Do you feel like that from his perspective, that is one of the reasons why it is difficult to connect with him face to face? Because he's worried about that, or because he's emotionally affected by it?
it may be both. And we've talked about, like, when we not having expectations or anything when we meet, just like, even if we just become friends or whatever.
Right.
And I've been thinking about that too. I don't want to go out just looking for a partner. I want to be friends with someone, and even if it doesn't turn into something, there's nothing wrong with having another friend to hang out with or to talk to and whatnot.
No, I mean, social networking means meeting more people.
But as far as being afraid to show that tenderness or whatever, I could be possibly leading him on And I also may allow it to progress so much that I feel bad about turning him down or rejecting him as far as a relationship goes. And I don't want to do that. But I want to be honest about it. I don't want to, I don't want to lead him on, and I don't know. I don't know how all that'll work, but I want to at least meet him first and have a conversation face to face, because texting back and forth is you can't really get a good handle on someone's personality, their tone, and that kind of thing through texting. So
No, you really can't. You really can't. On the attractiveness concept, see, for me, I'm a demisexual.
yeah.
There has to be an emotional connection that exists between me and the other party. And so, in Kira's case, her brain is very attractive. And so, in my case with her, that's a very sapiosexual relationship, because it's her intelligence that I find viscerally attractive.
Yeah, and for me, I can't see having a physically intimate relationship with someone that I'm not physically, sexually attracted to. So
I could see that, but so then let me ask, what is your type?
Oh, first, I wanted to say he showed me pictures of before the weight gain, and I did find him very attractive.
Okay. So there was a time in which this person, preset condition, was hot.
So I don't know, that kind of complicates things in a way, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. See, that's why I've said, Brandon, if you came to Atlanta, I'd just take you to Mary's one night, and then you'd find the husband like that night, and he'd disappear. And then days later, you'd show up back at the house and be like, well, I'm ready to get married now.
But I also want to say, it is not only about looks, I mean, that's like an initial thing. I want that part of it. But if I find out that the guy is like really arrogant or whatever, or kind of a piece of shit, then, I'm not going to deal with that.
No, why would you? Why would you do that? Why would you? Okay. Well, now we're gonna. Sarah disappeared.
I lost my connection.
I don't know what the. I don't know. So no, Sarah,
she knew she was going to be next, and she ran away.
Right.
Sarah, who is in a new relationship, who do you need to be tender
to? Who do I need to be tender to? I mean, most immediately, the thing that jumps out at me is my sister, because she's been going through a lot with my nephew and with her ex getting in yet another car accident. And there's just, so much going on there. And my nephew's having so many behavioral problems. And yeah, I feel like she probably needs the most understanding from me right now.
Has that been something that you have historically had an issue with?
Not necessarily having an issue. It's it's something that she and I need to work on. It's something that we've struggled in terms of boundaries.
Oh yeah, of course.
Um,
Yeah, of course.
but I feel like he needs something more than he's getting. And I don't know that I'm the person to provide that, but if I'm going to be there, I might as well try.
Well, a vague facsimile of that role in his life is a lot better than no role that he has in his life. His male figure is complicated and damaged and difficult and many other things. But
He's getting a very skewed idea of the masculine role in a family because both his father and his uncle both are just leaving the family and going and doing whatever they want, while the kids pretty much stay with the mothers.
yeah,
So, yeah, he's getting a pretty messed up view of how life works.
yeah, you're going to have to course correct there. That's not easy, but it's possible to correct that. It's just going to be difficult. It's just going to be difficult. Brandon. If you find an anaconda, bite its tail off.
No,
Well,
just bite its tail, not off.
No, not off. Yeah, just bite its tail.
Bite its tail.
Well, that's the second person we've had that's in the walls or something, or in the house.
Why? For everybody that's on Substack, we're dual streaming to YouTube, and the YouTube commentary is very hilariously entertaining, as per as usual.
I just wanted to give him some advice.
Put the head, bite on the head. I'm a bad bitch. So, when we think about, I guess I should put myself at the top. When we think about that kindness, that begs us to consider how we move forward. And so this was the Virgil quote, which said, "If I can't bend heaven, I will raise hell." By the way, someone on Substack told me Bent Heaven is most certainly the name of a gay bar, which I found that to be hilariously and conditionally approachable. But what that means is a forward motion means sometimes you dig down to climb up. When systems won't budge, when we build underneath. You walk into your day and you think resistance doesn't always look like marching. Sometimes it's showing up to work after, some major event happens. Sometimes it's just surviving. That's raising the bottom from below until the rotten structures on top of it collapse under their own weight. It just takes time. And so this begs the question, what are you still doing that proves you haven't disappeared even when they want you to go away? And for me, as a person who suffers from constant suicidal ideation, is the fact that I'm still alive. I got up, I made coffee, I fed the cat, I sat down and I worked. That's a sign that I haven't disappeared. And I still take space up at work. Even though at work I get misgendered and I am unhappy about that in my current role, however, I get much less misgendering and much more affirming comments from people about my dress, about the way I look, about the way I present. But taking up that space is yet a sign that I have not disappeared. And despite the comments that I get fairly regularly during these sessions on YouTube in a live session about the fact that whatever it is that transphobic people are going to say on YouTube, that's why I have Sarah here to moderate the shit out of it, so I don't have to look at it. Presenting myself in this way to the public is a sign that I haven't disappeared. Continuing my transition, continuing my hormone replacement therapy, that's a sign that I haven't disappeared. I still collect my spironolactone medications, and I still take these every day to block all of the testosterone in my body because I don't want it there. And so that is yet another sign that I haven't disappeared. And my kids, I teach my kids who are queer persons themselves that other queer people are acceptable and valid and sacred even. You know, I do all those things, and that proves that I haven't just gone away, despite the fact that the current political climate wants me to disappear. So, you know, kind words always better than being quiet.
Catching me in the middle of doing work.
Doing work, then you haven't disappeared either. So
this is true.
If you're doing work, then you haven't disappeared either. So
Some days that seems like that's all I'm doing to prove that I didn't disappear. I'm not sure.
have you ever encouraged anyone in public? Would you?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends on how approachable the person is. And if it looks like any encouragement that I could offer would be something that they would need.
Well, have you raised a queer-friendly child?
I feel like my child is raised through queer-friendly adults. Yeah, I mean, my child is a queer person also. So, and I feel like we're constantly learning from each other.
Well, learning is a lifelong process. If you don't learn something every day, there's something wrong. Somebody doesn't tell you something that you didn't know, then that's stagnation, and I can't live with that. That's stagnation. I can't deal with that. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
I just slammed my heel into the side of my desk, so give me a moment. That fucking hurt. Oh my god.
Oh, self-harm is not good.
That wasn't intentional.
What's the question again, Wendy?
Oh, well, what have you done not to disappear? I mean, there's one very clear, obvious answer. You're sitting in the middle of a public space with a very beautiful blue sky behind you, but you may have other thoughts.
Yeah, well, so I'm at my local park, and I've talked on previous lives about some of the transphobic experiences I've had at this park. Um, because like my neighborhood is, it's a liberal bubble in a liberal city in a liberal state. Um, so people are like in my building, throughout the neighborhood, are affirming and kind. Um, but once you get over to the park, you're going to get all kinds of people. Um, and so I've had some experiences here where um, I've been threatened, or I've been called slurs, or I've had rude things said to me. And but I keep showing up. I keep walking my dog here almost every day. Um, I'm not gonna let some rando um, keep me from a public space that's for all of us. Um, I'm watching the YouTube chat and you're distracting me.
Right?
um, so, but like, um, I think one aspect that um, I want to talk about is that um, recognizing that showing up is difficult is part of um, developing the fortitude to keep showing up. So there have been um, experiences that I've had um, that I was harassed in some way or another, and um, it took time to process what happened, and it took time away to like rebuild the courage to get out there again. And so I think it's important to recognize that there's no shame in needing to do that. So you can't keep showing up and keep showing up if um, you don't have like the depth to do that. And so um, burning yourself out by showing up um, whenever you aren't ready to kind of backfires. Sorry, the chat. Okay. Yeah, I hope that makes sense.
No, I mean that totally makes sense. Well, Electric, I don't say that I'm a man. I actually happen to be very much a woman, but thank you. And if you're going to say a question like that, Electric Boom, it is hateful. It really just is. Okay. Brandon.
When you said forward motion means sometimes you dig down instead of climb up.
Yep,
when systems won't budge, we build underneath. That kind of reminded me of Miranda's comparison to the lake the other day. If the lake, if you've risen as far as you can rise, you can dig down and make the lake deeper. As far as not allowing myself to be invisible, I haven't changed any of the topics that I write about. I haven't I mean, I've added a little, and I still continue to go on these live videos and discuss issues that hopefully help people, resonate with people. And I don't see a time when I'll stop doing that. Unless I'm completely blocked from it or something. I don't know. There are extenuating circumstances, I suppose. But as far as my own choice, I don't see why I would stop that. So there you go.
I mean that's valid. 100%. So to round out the survival portion of the session before we start talking about the fun shit, I often quote Lord, but that's really because, like, to me, Lord is the seminal gay woman. You know, she's a person of color too, and that adds an entirely different layer to her personality and writing. But still, she's just, to me, she's the seminal gay woman. And so the quote is, "The master's tools will never dismantle the master's house." And why is that? You don't need permission to do anything. So, out there in the world, those cock-filling turd fountains in power want you to be paralyzed, waiting for them to hand you freedom. And what do I say to that? Fuck off. When systems fail, we become infrastructure. Minnesota has already proven that. 2,000 voices singing outside hotels while ICE agents are trying to sleep, calling them to humanity. Texas proves it. In today's digest, Melissa McCowell, she was fired for teaching Plato's work, because Plato's work affirms that there are gay people. I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but Plato was gay as fuck.
Yeah, it's weird how they went from, like, we need to teach the classics and return to tradition, and then you teach the classics and return to tradition, and they're like, oh, that's too gay.
Yeah, Plato was like the male version of the Greek female philosopher Sappho on the Isle of Lesbos. Which, by the way, when you tell people that was actually real, they look at you like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But it's true. There is an island historically that was known as Lesbos in the Greek Isles. But yeah, and so in McCowell's case, yeah, she wanted to teach Plato, and they fired her for that. And so she turned around and she sued the state. You don't wait for broken structures to fix themselves. You sing, you sue, you show up, you survive. That's how the house comes down. One refusal at a time, until there's nothing left but us and whatever future we're building outside of that rubble. Because that's important. It's crucial. And so that begs the question, if you had all the power in the world, and you could fix one thing, what would the one thing be that you could fix in the broken system in its current condition? And for me, that's a very easy question. I would stop all of this deportation bullshit immediately. Because the deportation bullshit has led to people getting killed, queer people and straight people. It has led to people who are immensely suffering because of it. And that suffering, as a druid priestess, to me, that suffering is immeasurable. That suffering is worse than anything that I can suffer. And I can put up with a lot, but right now, I would immediately, but it doesn't have to be that grandiose. You could turn around and start a mutual aid network in your neighborhood. You could host dinner for people every night. You could get in front of a webcam and talk with 3 other people that you trust immensely about these problems to make awareness obvious. Hell, if you're in a job that you can't stand because of how you're treated, you could leave it and find something else. But the fact of the matter is, there are things we could do, both grandiose and diminutive, that would have a positive effect on the world and the people around us. So here you go, Brandon. If you had all the power in the world, what would you fix right now?
Oh gosh, all the
One
power
thing.
in the world. That's like, I don't know about that. All the power in the world. What would you fix right now?
Well, let me clarify. What would you fix right now in the broken system that we are forced to live in this country?
There's so much. I mean, I wouldn't know where to start. Now, what kind of power is this? Is this like magical genie kind of powers, or is this like power as in authoritative power?
Authoritative.
Oh.
Yeah, authoritative power.
Well, that limits a lot of things.
But I mean, I'll let you answer.
There goes the give everybody a puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll let you have like bewitched, twiddle the nose power one time. How did she do that? I don't remember. Oh, Barbara Eden.
Yeah. No, that's Genie.
Oh, right. I dream of Genie.
Samantha.
Montgomery was the girl.
Yeah, Elizabeth Montgomery.
Elizabeth Montgomery was the girl from Bewitched.
Oh. I don't know. That's why I'm not in power. I wouldn't know what to do.
Because you're indecisive. It's okay. It's okay to be indecisive.
I don't know.
Would you blink your eyes twice and suddenly be married to the man of your dreams? That would positively affect people.
You said I couldn't have genie powers.
No, I said I'd let you have genie powers.
Oh. I thought I couldn't have them.
No. I said I'd let you have genie powers.
Oh, well then, well. Well, I have to apologize to what's her name? Isn't he? Let's see. Is he married to Ava Menendez? Ryan Gosling. I'd have to apologize to her because I'm changing him like that.
Wait, so you do have a type?
Well, I mean, he's not the only type.
I thoroughly commend you, Brandon. I do thoroughly commend you. All right, Sarah. All the power in the world. What fix one thing? What's it going to be?
Only one thing. Yeah, I'm with Brandon on the it being difficult to decide because there's so much wrong. I mean, but our broken system specifically, the two that stick out is food insecurity and access to healthcare.
Oh yeah, the healthcare thing. That would be one.
Yeah. The healthcare thing that's. Although they announced Trump RX today.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
Yeah, it's all name brand drugs. How convenient for his friends.
Yeah. So and I want to make a couple of I made a Blue Sky post about this. Weed, cocaine, and Viagra are not discounted by the TrumpRx.gov.
I mean, you could have at least looked for it under, its technical name instead of weed.
No, that's not fun. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? No, but here's the other thing. Estradiol is on an estradiol product is on TrumpRx.com. And you know what it is? A female vaginal only insert.
What?
Yes. It is a female gender affirming product called E-string. And I'll get you a description. It is a low-dose flexible silicone ring used to treat postmenopausal symptoms and vulvar and vaginal atrophy. So, on TrumpRx.com, Sarah, the look on your face is. But yeah, none of the other
so they're willing to make cis women have that be the only avenue of delivery of estradiol in order to punish us. But I bet all of the tea products on there are easy application, normal testosterone.
Nope.
No?
No, already looked. Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, and get this. So
I figured they would have tea gel on there and promote it because they're always talking about testosterone levels. And
Viagra and Cialis aren't on there, so that clearly doesn't apply. Miranda, what would you change?
I'd tackle housing. I would get private homes out of the hands of private capital and banks. Make sure that everyone has first before anybody gets seconds. Would as far as multi-unit housing, like apartments and stuff like that, I think establishing more tenants unions and co-ops and things like that instead of a top-down structure of me having to beg my apartment management to do basic maintenance. So yeah. So I would focus on housing, and there's a lot of research uh, as far as like solving homelessness, um, as well as drug addiction, a lot of mental health problems, of using a housing first approach and not like you have to be clean before we'll give you a house, and then you just let people live on the street. Um, you know, so gives everybody somewhere to live, and you can stabilize a lot of other problems and focus on working up from there.
Okay, so now let's go back to the Trump RX thing. So here's the deal. So how does it work? So here's what happens. You browse the medication, and then you go to the pharmacy, and you show them your TrumpRx.gov coupon, and they either accept it or decline it. Now,
Wait, he's selling coupon books?
yeah, basically what Trump has done
So
is,
it's just good RX, but
yes,
with Trump's name.
yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's just good RX. That, yeah,
Like
that's not, and
rebranding
get
things,
this.
doesn't he?
Eligibility. The offer is available to patients with commercial insurance who are paying cash. Patients enrolled in Medicare, Medicaid, and other government-funded healthcare programs are not eligible.
Okay, so it's just an extension of their eugenics project.
Yes. Yes. Yes, completely. That's exactly.
Well, I'm not going to. So I use a local pharmacy that is owned by a lesbian pharmacist. I'm pretty sure I shouldn't walk in there with a Trump RX coupon.
I would not. I don't think that would be a good idea, Brandon. Don't do
So
that. Yeah, don't do that. So here, let me cruise on over to the food and nourishment. Okay, so you want my like 10-minute food item, Brandon, with 7 or less ingredients that makes for a full meal? I'm gonna wait for
Sure,
you.
let's hear it.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for you to refute me on this one.
Does it include beans again?
No beans this time.
And kale?
No,
Oh.
no beans or kale. Jeez, I did that one time. Holy shit. Okay, pasta, butter, the pasta water, lemon zest, black pepper, and Parmesan. There you go.
Those all sound good. Yeah, that's all right.
yeah,
But I need you to explain to me, like, I think I know this, but why do you save the pasta water?
Well, supposedly the pasta water helps the sauce to cling to the pasta better.
hmm
Oh, okay.
yeah. It thickens the sauce, and because it's full of the starch from the pasta,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I wonder, would that work with bong water?
I don't think so.
Would that
No.
cause the weed to become more confined to my bodily person?
I don't think it works like that.
Nobody actually drinks that stuff, right?
Hopefully not, but somebody does, I'm sure.
All right, so
But if you are wanting to jazz up that pasta recipe in that way, just use weed butter for the butter part.
Wheat butter. I've never heard of that.
what? Really?
I mean,
Or infused olive
I'm
oil.
not familiar with all the different products that are
All
out
right,
there.
look. So here's what you do. You know what clarified butter is, right?
Ghee.
I've
Yeah.
heard of it. I don't.
Yeah. Basically, clarified butter is just butter with all the fat taken out. So I keep jars of it in my kitchen because you don't have to refrigerate it because there's no fat to go bad. So you can just, and here's the thing about ghee, like you can use a third of, like if a recipe calls for a tablespoon of butter, you can use a third of that in ghee form to flavor and cook food with. And it's actually healthier. It's healthier because it doesn't have all the fucking fat in it or whatever. But when you make clarified butter, if you decarb a certain green leafy substance and then make the clarified butter with the decarbed green leafy substance, you create green leafy butter.
Can I
That
get a clarified chin or clarified stomach?
so so yeah, that's you can make in the same capacity that you can make what we call in this house rocket fuel, which is basically you get a bottle of Everclear and you freeze it, and then you freeze decarbed green leafy substance for a day, and then you put the frozen Everclear into another bottle, and then you put the green leafy decarb substance that is also frozen into that bottle, and then every 5 minutes shake it up.
How was that again?
Like every day, shake it up.
Oh, okay. Just
Shake the bottle up, yeah. And then strain out the yield. You create a very potent substance for relaxation purposes or whatever. So I'm going to put Sarah on the spot because Sarah has been doing something that I very much enjoy doing, and I'm going to make Sarah explain to everybody what it is.
Oh, okay. I don't know what this is.
what have you been doing, Sarah?
Yeah, podcasting.
Oh. It's just boiling water with ingredients in it that smell good
Why do you do that?
to increase the humidity in my house.
Because you live in a dry ass climate.
Only during winter. I live in a swamp otherwise.
What do you put in it?
Lately, it's been fresh ginger, sliced lemons or oranges, a cinnamon stick, some dried allspice berries. And then before that, I had been putting a vanilla bean in there too, but I'm running low on those.
Really?
Sounds good.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah.
It smells like before I started adding the ginger, it smelled like I was making either rice pudding or oatmeal cookies every day I was doing the boil.
Oh, I love rice pudding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you like rice pudding, really?
I do, yes.
Brandon, do you like it cold or do you like it warm?
Yes.
Actually, I would have it either way.
I can agree with that.
You would have it either way.
I would, yeah. I don't know whether I I think I might prefer it warm. I'm not sure.
I mean,
But-
this time of year, I'd prefer it warm.
Yeah. But I would eat it either way. If I kept it in the refrigerator and took it out, I wouldn't like microwave it. I would probably just eat it as it was. But I would like it fresh, probably.
Do you like it with cinnamon added on top?
Yes, I believe. I don't think I've ever made it myself because my aunt always used to make it, and I loved it. And I've never tried it myself. I don't think I tried to make it. It might make it less special if I did it myself.
No, I would think that it would make it more special if you did it yourself.
No, because then I could do it anytime, and it's like, oh. But if
What's wrong with
she's the
that?
only one, if she's the only one that makes it, then I've got to wait till she does it, and then it's more special. If that makes sense.
As a druid, that's a very common practice when I was growing up. And, you know, my grandmother would do that. She'd always have a pot on the boil with random shit diced into it. And the thing for me, like the smell, it's apples or oranges mixed with rosemary, thyme, and nutmeg or cinnamon. That smell is unmistakably intoxicating. And I love it. I mean, I literally love it. And so, yeah, I'm forever grab an apple, dice it up, throw it in the pot. And so then, like, somebody asked me one day, "What you said you do that?" And I said, "Yeah." They said, "Do you save the yield?" And I'm like, "What am I going to do with boiling rosemary, thyme, apple water, or whatever?" Well, if you boil it down to like a syrup, you put it on ice cream and shit. That's really good. I was like, okay, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I can't do that.
You can't do that?
You can't have ice cream?
Yeah.
Oh, no, there's sugar-free ice cream.
No, there's no sugar added ice cream.
Yeah, no sugar added. Well, wait, can you, like, sorbet, maybe?
If it's got more than 2 grams of sugar in it, I can't have it.
Yeah, I can't have it.
Does even vegan ice cream? I suppose it still would have sugar.
Right. I think there's only one brand that I've found that doesn't have sugar, and that brand severely messes up my stomach.
Severely.
Severely.
Well, what's your take on frozen yogurt then?
Yeah, they probably add so much erythritol as a replacement that it just...
Erythritol. That's not like Olestra, is it?
Actually, erythritol doesn't bother me.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, because that's what's in the granulated monk fruit that I get.
Right.
Do you ever make your own ice cream?
I've tried it. It's fine when you first make it. Like, I've got a Cuisinart ice cream maker, but you can't store it. You have to be ready to eat it right away.
Oh, no. Do you have the KitchenAid mixer?
Yeah.
The KitchenAid mixer has an ice cream making attachment.
Well,
huh?
I've got the Cuisinart thing with the bowl that you freeze.
Yeah.
And that's how I make the ice cream. But after I go to store it, it turns into a block.
No, there's a way to emulsify that a little bit better. There's a way to do that.
I'll probably have to add vegetable glycerin to it, or propylene glycol.
I think.
Which I have both of, but I don't really want to use them for that.
Well, no, it's better for other purposes, but anyway, all right, well, cool. We're right at an hour, so I figure everybody can have their afternoon. It's Friday anyway. Anything planned for the weekend, Sarah, Miranda?
I think I'm doing canning.
Oh, are you going to meet your person yet, Sarah? I mean, geez.
No comment.
You and Brandon both. I don't fucking get it. You meet people and then...
I think I'm going to meet him tomorrow.
I can't wait to hear.
The Super Bowl is Sunday.
Because then I get to harp on Sarah about it.
Oh, yeah, the Super Bowl.
Oh, right. That male bonding activity that I don't want to do.
I guess I should say the commercials and halftime show are tomorrow.
So wait, so are you gonna watch the Turning Point USA halftime?
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
you're gonna
Yeah,
watch
that's
the
exactly what I'm gonna watch.
Bad Bunny? So like my work, there's a going trend of people that want Bad Bunny to walk out in a dress, and they ask me, Wendy, like, what did you want? I'm like, I want Bad Bunny to walk out in Queen Victoria garb. Holy fuck yeah, that would be awesome, and that would give the orange shit stain the finger. But get this: the Turning Point USA halftime show is Kid Rock and 3 other people I've never heard of, and nobody else has either.
Yeah, and they're broadcasting it on TBN, which is like a big Christian network. So
That's the other thing I was wondering. Where are they going to air it?
yeah, that's where they're airing it. I wonder if he's going to do one of his songs about statutory activity.
Yeah. The statutory great activities with underage people, because he actually did that. I wonder if he'll go out on stage and shoot up a 12-pack of Bud Light with his gun. I don't know. I think Kid Rock's a piece of shit.
He always has been.
Yeah, I'm scant for anyone to tell me otherwise, because I wouldn't believe it. So, well, cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch. And two, it's the Seahawks and the Pats, right? I work with somebody that talks about the Patriots, and so you laugh. But I was on a conference call, and my coworker was like, "Oh, it's the Pats game this weekend," and I'm like, multiple people named Pat? And he's like, no. The Patriots. People that care about their country? No, it's a football team. Oh.
I'm hoping they don't win.
So, yeah, unpopular opinion, the Patriots are a bunch of chumps and they should lose. I'm probably going to get flack for saying that, but I'm not invested in sports ball in any way, so that opinion probably won't carry much weight.
Go sports team.
Right, go sports team, yay. Oh.
I'm hoping I heard Green Day was going to have a pregame.
Yeah, Green Day's doing a pregame show, and
I don't know if it's televised though.
Oh no, they'll televise it. Yeah, they'll televise the shit out of that. All right, well, all of you, Brandon, Miranda, Sarah, thank you for joining. Oh, by the way, Sarah, will you drop links in the chats for everybody's stuff while we're closing? Please subscribe.
I don't have them.
Subscribe, and
I could drop my own, I guess.
When you subscribe, it keeps us going. Click on our ads. You don't have to be a paid sub, but being a paid sub is not bad. You get cool shit when you become a paid sub to any of our publications. Exclusive content, yada 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 yada, whatever. Shameless plug here, but anyway.
The satisfaction of supporting some queerdos.
Yeah, supporting queerdos. You should totally do that. And with that, I will say, everybody, be safe out there. Do good things. Don't get into trouble. And watch each other's back, because we're all going to need that, right? Good luck, everybody.
Bye.